Welcome to this YSL tutorial on how to use the VSTACK function in Microsoft Excel. In this short video, we're going to explain how you can append ranges using the VSTACK function, and then how to use dynamic array functions to sort the results, remove duplicates, look at matching values across multiple worksheets, and finally filter the results to show only the items you're interested in. So let's get started. On a recent Excel training course, a delegate asked how they could combine two separate lists of names into one single list on a separate worksheet. I've made a mock-up of the sort of data arrangement they had, so I've got a list of actors here on the actors sheet, and each actor's name appears once and once only in this list, along with the name of a film that actor starred in. Similarly then on the director's sheet, a list of director names along with the film they directed, and again each director name appears once and once only in this list. The slight complication here is that some director names can appear in the actor list and vice versa. What we want to do is combine both names into a list of unique names so we can return using some sort of lookup function the name of a film they acted in and then the name of a film they directed if they have one. A fairly traditional approach to doing that would be simply to copy and paste the two separate lists from the actor's sheet and the director's sheet into the combined list sheet, and then apply the Remove Duplicates feature from the Data tab in the ribbon to get rid of any duplicate names. But with some of the more modern dynamic array functions in Excel, we can do that slightly more easily these days, and in this video I'll talk you through how that works. To begin with, I'd like to append the full list of all the director names to the list of all the actor names, stacking them vertically in column A on the combined list worksheet. The Excel function that allows us to do that is called VSTACK, or vertical stack. You can probably guess there's a horizontal version of that called HStack, which would list things horizontally, but of course we want to list them vertically, so let's go with VSTACK. You can then list up to 254 different arrays or blocks of cells here to stack them vertically. Fortunately, we only have two. So let's head to the actors worksheet first. I'm going to select the first actor name, cell A2, then hold down Control and Shift and tap the down arrow key to highlight the entire list. I can then type in a comma to move on to the next array, head to the directors worksheet, select the first director's name, then Control Shift and the down arrow to highlight down to the end of the list. I can then close the round brackets and hit enter, and that returns me to the combined list worksheet with a continuous list of all the actors and all the directors in one single list. Earlier I mentioned that some of the names appear on both the actors and the directors worksheets, so there are some duplicate names in this list. It's just not that easy to spot them because the names aren't sorted in any particular order. To make it easier to spot the duplicates, we can sort this list, but you might have realised because we're using a dynamic array function, we can't use standard methods for sorting the results here. If I select a cell in the list and try to apply the A to Z sort from the Data tab in the ribbon, I'm told that I can't change part of an array. Now fortunately, if you've watched previous videos in this series, you'll remember that there is a function that allows you to sort dynamic arrays. It's got a sensible name, it's called sort. So I'm going to wrap that function around my VSTACK function. So I'll say sort VSTACK, close the extra set of round brackets and then hit enter. This should make it easier to spot the duplicate names in the list. I'm not going to go through the entire thing, don't worry, but if I scroll down just far enough, there we go, there's a first instance of a duplicate name, Alfred Hitchcock. So the next job is to remove any duplicate names from the list. And again, because we're using a dynamic array to generate the list, you may have realised that we can't use the standard traditional technique of remove duplicates to tidy up this list. If I try to do that, once again I'm told I can't change part of an array. But once again, fortunately, there's a function that can do that for us. You may remember from an earlier video in this series, the unique function. Just before I apply it, let's check how many names we've got. So we've got 3,103 names in the list, plus the column header there, of course. If I head back up to the top and edit my initial formula, to wrap the unique function around my sort and VSTACK combination. When I enter that, and then have a look down again at the end of the list, 3,031 names now. And again, just a quick extra sense check, we should find that Alfred Hitchcock appears only once in the list now. So now that we've generated our list of unique names, we can look up each one across the actors sheet and then the directors sheet to return the appropriate film names. Let's do that using an XLOOKUP function. I'm going to head to cell B2 and try to return the name of the film that this person acted in. So I'm going to say equals XLOOKUP and then refer to the first cell in the person name column. Now I want to make sure that this formula looks up every single person's name, so a quick way to reference a dynamic array that's been generated is to stick a hash symbol at the end of the cell reference, and that will automatically refer to the entire dynamic array. I'm then going to type in a comma and then say which set of cells I want to look up these names in. So I'm going to head to the actors worksheet, and in this case I want to select the full list of all the actors' names. So that's A2 down to A1985. Followed by a comma, and then say which value I want to, which set of cells I want to return a value from. And in this case, it's the list of film names on that same worksheet. So I'll select all of those again. Now we know that some of the names that I'm looking up may not appear on the actors worksheet. So I want to make sure that if I can't find the result, I want to not show an error in the cell. I want to show an empty cell instead. So I'm going to type in a comma here and then type in double quotes, two sets of speech marks with nothing in between to produce an empty cell. If I then hit enter, there we go, we can see the list of film names for each actor, and if the person doesn't appear in the actor list, we get an empty cell instead. Repeating that for the directors is pretty straightforward. Let's just do that quickly. I'm going to head to cell C2 and say equals XLOOKUP. I want to look up the person's name for the entire list, not just that one single cell. This time I'm going to look up in the list of names on the director worksheet, and I want to return a value from the list of films on the director worksheet. And once again, if I can't find that person in this list, then I'm going to show an empty cell rather than an error. So hitting enter there, we can see the lists of films that a person both acted in and or directed for the entire list. From this point on, you might want to analyse the list in a bit more detail. So for example, maybe we only want to see people who have both acted in and directed a film. Now we could do that using the standard filter feature of Excel, but it's a little bit more fun to use dynamic array functions to do that. So let's make a copy of the column headers first of all, and then let's write a function that will filter this entire list to show only those rows where both column B and column C is not empty. So again, you may have seen this in a previous video, the filter function. I'm going to filter all three columns of my film data here. And the criteria that I want to apply, the first one at least, let's just return people who have acted in a film. So to do that, I want to say B2 hash is not equal to an empty string, so that's double quotes again. If I close the round brackets now and hit enter, it's going to return all the people who have acted in a film. So you'll see we're missing Aaron Sorkin at the moment because he hasn't acted in a film, at least in this list. To combine this then and return only the people who have acted and directed, we can add a second criterion to the filter function. The way you do this is a little awkward, and again, if you want a reference to this, feel free to watch the video on the filter function, which goes into way more detail than I'm going into here. But I'm going to wrap a set of round brackets around the first criterion and then multiply it with a similar one, but referring to cell C2, and again asking if it's not equal to an empty string. Close the extra set of round brackets and then hit enter, and now we've got a list of all the people who have both acted in and directed a film. I suppose we could take it one step further and find only the people who have both acted in and directed the same film. So the criterion for that is a little easier. We simply need to check if the value in column B and the value in column C is the same. So I can modify this criterion quite significantly here. I can check if B2 is equal to C2, and when I hit enter at that point, we'll find only people who have acted in and directed the same film. So there you go, a quick summary of using the VSTACK function along with several other dynamic array functions to analyse separate lists of data spread across multiple worksheets. Hope you found that one useful. Thanks for watching. See you next time.